Salutations! Hello! Welcome back to the channel! Alright, we are continuing our playthrough of Find Love or Die Trying. So, yeah, last we left off, we had our second date with Tara, where we actually get to, learn a little bit more about her. Which is kind of what I wanted to do with the second date. Wanted to have a chance. The girls and I kicked off our morning by testing out Tara's game together. It was a multiplayer now, so we could all play together in the same world. This came with its own fair share of consequences. I said cover me or you'll have to finish making dinner yourself. I'm trying. There's just too many mutant vegetables attacking. Yui, I need you to cover me. Where are you? I'm sorry, it's the mayor's birthday and I can't decide which berry to give him. It can wait. But then I won't get bonus points. Come to think of it, I think we're running low on tomatoes and carrots. Do you need any, Violet? We have enough to survive the winter, but more supplies are always welcome. I'm on it. Well, the game's definitely gotten more exciting. I wanted for them to test the relationships, but maybe they'll have to wait a bit. I guess we'll see next time? Yeah, next time. I can't wait. We spent the rest of the morning playing Tara's game. Oh. Good morning, Cat. I've been looking for you. Ugh, not so loud, please. My head's killing me from all that wine last night. I still had to edit our broadcast after that, which didn't help. Somehow, this scene feels familiar. Something tells me that my chance of surviving goes down for every open bottle of alcohol on the island. Maybe I should spend today reenacting Prohibition instead of going on a date. You do know how Prohibition ended, right? Nope. Anyway, back to the brass tracks. Yesterday's second date with Tara went really well. Let's keep striking the iron while it's hot. Which soulmate candidate will you be going on a second date with today? I guess I'll go with Starlet? Scarlet. Huh, if making zombies doesn't count as a red flag, I'd love to see what your dating handbook looks like. But that's none of my business. I have to go with everyone at some point. I think Scarlet's around the mansion. We'll follow you. I found Scarlet out for a stroll outside the mansion. She seemed a little down. Hey Scarlet, you doing okay? Jeez. It's just you, Eli. You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's, not your fault. I'm just a bit on edge after the whole zombie date thing? Whatever it was. I guess I'm feeling a little sad about all that. Why? You saved everybody. We wouldn't have needed to save anybody if it wasn't for me. Hey, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. Yeah, correct. We all make mistakes, Scarlet. Don't worry about it anymore. Most people don't make mistakes that turn everybody into zombies. Well, yes, but hey, it makes for good TV. Which inadvertently is pretty good for keeping me alive, but I'll keep quiet on that. Besides, you did it because you were trying to help me get my memories back. That means more to me than I can say. I'm sorry I couldn't do it. If it's okay with you, I'll try again, and I'm sure this time... Let's not worry about that for now. Thanks though, I appreciate it. For now, I just want to get to know you better, Scarlet. I do remember she did that, yeah, it was really nice of her. You got interrupted last time, to say the least. Care to join me in making up for some lost time? That would be fantastic. There's somewhere I'd like to go if it's okay with you. Lead the way. You won't regret it. At least I think you won't. Should I be worried? Come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me along with her. Who could say no to a girl that could turn you into? Who could say no to that face? Who could say no to that devious face? And all the experiments. Ooh, behold! There's a nightclub in the mansion? There is now. I made it myself. Hold on. Got me a new thumbnail. I'm kidding. I like this though. This is a good picture. I forget that I'm keeping these screenshot moments in my video because I forget to edit them out, but like, you know. I'm enjoying myself. Granted, I use it more as a testing grounds than a real nightclub, but the staff really wanted something to blow off steam in. And okay, I cheated a little bit. I made a robot that made the nightclub for me, but it still counts. She's really smart. I think you're probably the first person to ever say something like that. Also, I didn't know you knew how to build robots. That's amazing. Hell yeah, it's cool. I get the feeling that building things to make people happier was what I enjoyed the most before I came here. Do you also not remember? I'm pretty sure she doesn't remember anything, right? What do you mean by that? You wouldn't believe me if I told she has amnesia also. I'm pretty sure. So we had the whole the whole memory thing about Scarlet making a bunch of stuff for the show, right? So you could assume that maybe, right, that after she did all of that for the corporation, they were like, we also need you to be a candidate in the show, so we're going to erase your memories too and throw you in the show for entertainment. Because she seemed like an interesting candidate for love interest stuff for the reality TV show and Battle Royale part, which we have not actually seen for some reason, but who knows. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, she also doesn't have her memories. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Actually, maybe you're the one person who would. Maybe it's worth a shot. Could she be like me? But the thing is, here's the thing that I'm gonna say, right? She doesn't remember her memories, but we had a little memory thing about her a little bit, right? I don't know if you guys remember in the first, it was in the first episode about, how there was, the corporation had, this scientist who was, super smart and stuff, and, basically, she made a lot of the things that, were available on the island now. So, I'm wondering if us, the protagonists, are in the same boat where we're part of this show in some way too? Are we really truly innocent in all of this? Is anyone really innocent in all of this? Well, it does seem like the other girls do remember, they do have their memories, so I don't know exactly what their involvement is, but I think, Scarlet definitely has a part in this whole thing. Excuse me. But, yeah, no, that's just what I'm thinking at least, right? Based on the clues that we've gotten so far. There's so much of my life I can't remember for some reason. I couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. There was a lot of broken people after the war in New Asia. Not just broken bones and missing limbs, but shattered minds. People trapped in their own heads. I was told that I had a gift for research, a gift that might help those people be able to reclaim their lives. So I finished school early and got my PhD. I led a task force dedicated to helping the survivors. We helped them forget their most painful, most traumatic memories and move on. It was my life's work, but now I can't remember what it was, how it worked, if we even got anywhere with our research. To be completely honest, I can't really remember how I got here either. I'm sorry to ask, but how on earth did that happen? If I knew before, I definitely don't know now. Maybe testing got dangerous and I wasn't willing to test on someone else. There's a chance that, She was kind of forced to. Readjust myself. Here we go. She was forced to take her own experiment. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. The crazy thing is, I went from that to being on some kind of dating show? What the hell? I guess it does sound pretty weird. And the idea of getting married in 1 week? Who wrote this? An idiot? I bet I did. I'm kidding. I couldn't help but laugh. But what do I even have to lose at this point? I wouldn't look at it that way. I can't remember anything either, but I'm alive. For now. As long as I'm alive, I've got everything to lose and everything to gain. An optimist, huh? That's worth something. I guess you'd understand better than anyone. What do you plan to do after this is all over? Honestly, I don't know. I want my memories back, but if I can't get them back, I just try to make the best of things. That's some plan. I'm still working on the details out. Give me a break. At least remember some things. I couldn't even remember my own name at first. You got me beat there. We talked for hours about how we both felt about our situations. The good things, the bad things, about forgetting who you are. We laughed about forgetting the embarrassing moments that probably plagued others for a lifetime. We lamented the moments that truly made life worth living, the moments that made your life unique. It's nice to have someone that understands. You know, I've got a silly idea if you're interested. Let's hear it. Getting engaged in a week is stupid, and a person who would agree to that is even stupider than that. But I think I'd say yes if I were you, Eli. If only to see where life goes with someone like you. That's... Shh, let me finish. Regardless of who you ask on the last day, I'd like to be your friend in the times to come. If you'll be mine, I can't remember the last time I had a friend to just talk to about how I feel. I think this was the first time that I felt a little better about what happened. I'd want you to feel better about the past too. I wonder if the other girls, like if Yui and and Violet also have dialogue like this, if we picked other girls in the first part. I don't want you to feel alone in this world. It's sad enough, you know? And maybe I'm just being foolish, but who knows? Maybe if we're still in each other's lives after this, we'll be able to help each other take back the lives we wanted. What do you say? I was thinking the same thing, Scarlet. I'm glad, but how to say? I'd still prefer it if you picked me. What can I say? I'm a bit competitive. On second thought, I'm very competitive. Just saying, but out of all the girls, I'm the best educated, had the most illustrious career, won first place in the National New Asian Science Exhibition, and... I laugh out loud as she listed her accomplishments one by one. She made angry faces at me in mock anger. But most of all, I want you to have a happy life. And I think someone else might get it wrong. We spent the rest of the evening enjoying each other's company. The laughter and smiles never stopped, and she never let go of my hand during our walk. She's impressive. Seems like a nice night for a walk. Oh, hey Eli, what are you doing out here? Just going out for a walk. Care to join me? Sure, why not? I've got a few minutes. How about we do a circle around the mansion grounds? Sounds good to me. So, how'd your date with Scarlet go? Are we already back to our daily interviews? Did the island run out of wine? That's wholly unrelated. But yes. Anyway, my date with Scarlet today was awesome. Amazing. I feel like I really got to know the real Scarlet today. And for the first time, I feel like I've truly been understood. I'm glad to hear that, Eli, really. Scarlet puts on a front that's nothing how that's nothing like how she really is. I'm glad you can see behind it. She must really trust you. I'm glad she does, believe me. More importantly, though, Scarlet's fanbase has been ravenous for new content. From what I saw, I'd say you delivered. I'm a solid 85% sure you won't wake up in a torture chamber tomorrow morning. Good luck. Good job, Eli. Thanks. Keep it up with what you're doing. Our ratings have only been climbing higher and higher every day. But it's not time to celebrate just yet. I know, don't worry. I'm sticking to the plan. That's good to hear. Seriously, if you got yourself killed by not following the plan at this point, you deserve it. Looks like we finished our walk. Anyway, I gotta get back to work, but it was a nice break. Night, Eli. Night, Cat. So this is the last, like, second date, right? This is the last second date. And then we have the third date. I can't remember if I had a second, if we had a third date with Violet and... We did, right? Violet and Yui? The scent of something delicious being freshly baked wafted through the kitchen. This is Violet! It's just the two of us. Looks like this batch didn't turn out well either. She frowned. Hey, on the bright side, I can at least tell it's bread this time. Uh-oh, that wasn't the right thing to say. I wonder if... It has been a while since I've done this. Sorry, Eli. I wanted you to have something good. I reached for one of the pieces of bread. Wait, I'm sure it's... I took one bite, then wolfed the bread down like it was the last of its kind. It's delicious. I reached for another to prove my point. You really mean it? I took a moment to wolf down the second piece. Cross my heart. You're just saying that. She smiled. Ah, that's the moment I've been waiting for. She hugged me with all her might. But I love that about you, you know? I love you, Eli. It's so funny reading this with my own name. I held her tight. I love you too. For a moment, the whole world was just me and her. And that was all that mattered. What I wouldn't give to have you back like this. Jeez. The next day I woke to the sound of an explosion outside. I ran outside as fast as I could. What the? The first thing I saw was Scarlet and black smoke emanating from the ground near her. Oh, hey there, Eli. Nice weather we're having, huh? Hey, Scarlet. You okay? I'm pretty good, all things considered. I've been experimenting again on trying to bring back people's memories with the whole monkey zombie bit. I figure if you and I ever, well, you know, I'd want us to know everything about each other. No secrets. I'd like that, Scarlet. Thanks. I'll let you know if I make any progress with that. Ugh, I gotta clean this up. Give me a minute and then we can head to the forest. Oh, then can we head to the forest? I've been meaning to spend some time there since I got to this island. Sounds good by me. Ooh, wait, this looks familiar. We walked through the forest hand in hand, talking about the things we do after we got off this island, talking about everything and anything. After we're off this island, whatever happens, do you maybe want to catch a movie together? Sure, but why a movie? You can laugh, but there's a part of me that just wants to be a regular girl for the day. That's something I could never forget. And I'd like it if I could be that way with you. What do you say? I'd like that. Yay! Scarlet did a little dance of happiness, aw. We spent the rest of the morning together in the woods, enjoying each other's company, and maybe a little more than that. Somehow in the middle of it all, I forgot what kind of show I was on in the first place. It was just me and her. In this moment, more than ever, I was glad to be alive. Ew. Morning, Eli. How'd you sleep? Pretty well, considering how you edit the footage that keeps me alive and drunk. That sounds like a win-win to me, if you ask me. Can you believe it? We're already on the 6th day of the show. Is it already? Time sure goes by fast. No kidding. Anyway, it's time to wrap up phase 2. You just need to go on a second date with your last soulmate candidate. Shouldn't be too hard, no? Please don't jinx me. Break a leg! Seriously, actually, breaking a leg would be a lot better for you than messing up today's date. Not helping, cat. Time to get today's date started with none other than my third soulmate candidate, Allie. Hey! Howdy, Eli. You ready for round 2? I figured you might want to hang out somewhere where rollerblades don't work. No, I spent the night dreaming of the next chance I could use those 2 little death machines. And I think you'll love what we've got in store today. There's no wheels where we're going. We're going surfing! I'm kidding. What do you mean? You'll see. Follow me. But first I'm gonna need you to close your eyes. Kids see the game. I'm not sure I like where this is going. Nothing to worry about, Eli. I'll be right next to you the whole time. Because that's always gone well. Hasn't it? Allie moved behind me and covered my eyes with her hands. Now let's just keep walking forward. Trust me. Right. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't somewhat enjoying this. My heart skipped a beat when she wrapped her arms around me. I cautiously took a step forward. Took step after step forward. First I felt dirt, then sand, then water? Are you trying to make me drown myself? Of course not. Though I have to admit this does look a lot like how they killed people back in the day. You're gonna want to take a really high step forward next or it's gonna hurt. I raised my right leg as high as I could, then stepped forward. Something clanged like metal. Next, I brought over my left leg. Keep your eyes closed for just a second longer. I gotta do one thing. Allie let go of me and took a few steps forward. Brace yourself. Wait, what? Ooh! I was knocked off my feet by the sudden movement and opened my eyes on reflex. Water sprayed onto my body as I struggled to regain my balance. All aboard the SS St. Allie. When and where did you get a boat? Pretty cool, right? I found this baby in the back of the mansion this morning. You just found it? Anyway, I asked Kat if I could take it for a spin. She said that as long as we stay within a few clicks on the island, we're good, or the engine would automatically shut off. So I thought, why not have a little joyride around the island? Like the sound of that? Sounds fun, and away we go. We cruised around the island for a while, taking note of the different buildings covering the island. The mansion seemed so small from way out here. Hours flew by as we cruised around. Wow, Allie took a deep breath and sighed. You okay, Allie? Oh, back at the beach again. I just kind of realized. I flashbacks. You know. You don't seem as chipper as usual. I guess I'm a little homesick. It's nothing to do with you, promise. I'm just worried about my old man. I'm sorry, wasn't your father... yeah, he's long gone. You know the old story about New Asia. I'm talking about Lucas. He was a good friend of my dad's, and he's taking care of me and a whole lot of other kids. They keep mentioning the whole War of New Asia thing now, that I'm kind of wondering. There's probably some connection. Sounds like a cool dude. You sure have a way with words, don't you, Eli? Yeah, I'm very smooth. I don't dwell much in the past. It just slows you down. I couldn't agree more. Is that the amnesia talking? Who knows? She laughed as she pulled her hand tenderly against my cheek. I'm more worried that he'll get himself into trouble if I'm not around to keep him in check. What's he like? Let's just say that a lot of how I act is from him, but I'm much more restrained. If you're like this, I guess I wouldn't survive even a single day hanging out with him. To be fair, my mom scaled the side of a 10-story building because she and her roommates got locked out of their apartment, so she had to, break in the window on the side. That's my mom. So I'm pretty used to it. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? No, nothing at all. That happened a long time ago, by the way. I was like, before I was born. Allie made a sharp turn, then the sudden force almost threw me out the boat. Hey, what was that for? Oh, nothing at all. I couldn't help but smile at her. She was practically shining when she had that devilish grin. I'm sure he's doing just fine, Allie. He's probably watching right now just to make sure you're safe. You're probably right now that I think about it. Yeah, you're on reality TV. You always waste the day watching shitty reality TV shows. And now he'll hear this. Which gives me an idea. What's that? With one hand on the wheel, Allie turned to me and kissed me on the lips. Ooh. I kissed her back. It felt like lightning was running through my veins. The boat started to rock back and forth more and more uncontrollably, but we didn't stop. That's gotta give Lucas a heart attack. Seriously? What kind of father lets their daughter go on a trashy show like this? I couldn't help but laugh. Whatever, it's been a fun ride so far. And here's to the next one with you, Eli. She kissed me again, sending the boat into an erratic frenzy. We spent the rest of the day together cruising around on the boat till we ran out of daylight. Okay, so nothing happened. I'm feeling a little bit of the late night munchies. Guess I'll go ahead downstairs. I did dream of bread. Oh hey, Eli. I was just about to go up to check in on you. Hey there, Cat. What's up? There were some fancy desserts here from last week, but I can't find them anymore. What do you mean from last week? You mean the ones that I made with Violet, Cat? The ones that I made together with Violet? We had a whole food fight about it, Cat? Huh? Is that the ones you're looking for? Guess I'll take that out of the brothers' five spade checks. How'd you know it was them? They're like clockwork. Munch. This was the brothers' five, no doubt about it. Allie made direct eye contact with me, then hightailed it out. Anyway, I've been meaning to talk with you. What's up? How'd your date with Allie today go? Well, awesome, I remember. It was pretty great. There's never a dull moment with Allie. I'm just scratching the surface, but I like what I see and I really want to get to know her more. Interesting. That's good. Allie's pretty out there as far as people go. I can see why she'd have a hard time opening up. But from what I saw today, I'm sure she'd open up to anybody. If she'd open up to anybody, it'd be you. People thought she didn't have much of a chance here. I guess you two are proving them wrong. I guess so. Well, that should be enough footage for today. Thanks, Eli. You'll be happy to know that Phase 2 of the plan was a smashing success. That's great to hear. No kidding. The love square between Terrace, Scarlet, and Allie has viewers on the edge of their seats. You've actually broken the record for ratings on a killer dating game show. It's not as niche as it sounds. Do I get a plaque for that? This has got to count for something somewhere. We don't have it printed yet, but I've prepared your tombstone in advance if you're looking for a souvenir. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Cat. Let it never be said that I am anything but supportive. Anyway, we're on to Phase 3. It's pretty much the same as Phase 2 except with third dates this time. And one caveat. What's that, Cat? I'm sure you've got a favorite in mind between Terrace, Scarlet, and Allie. If you want to maximize your chances of getting out of here alive, save the best for last. It gives audiences something to look forward to. Sounds like something's gonna happen on the final third date, so I'm gonna have to think about who I want in that case. Makes sense to me. Good. That's all for today. I'll see you later. Night, Eli. Good night, Cat. And thanks for the help till now, Cat. I realize I'd probably be screwed without you. Don't thank me yet. Guess I'll have to call it a night. I walk back to my room. I'm hoping I can get Violet's ending, but who knows. Time to get some shut-eye. So what's this supposed to do? It's only a prototype, but technical details aside, oh? You can think of it as a memory rewriter. So it rewrites memories? Pretty much, think of it like a surgeon's scalpel. With it, you can make someone forget things as big as who they are, or something as small as a specific conversation. So if you use this on someone, anything's fair game. You could erase anything you wanted. Exactly. Oh, whoops, I didn't read that properly. Well, maybe it's not really a scalpel since it comes with a reset button. It's sad though. This was supposed to help people after the war. I was supposed to help people after the war. I'm sorry, Scarlet. Don't worry about it. I may not be able to help them, but it doesn't mean I can't help you and your partner escape from this madness. I see. So there's a chance that, like, Scarlet's stuff was, like, actually... So basically, right, it doesn't put her in the clear, but, like, it feels like maybe Scarlet's inventions were kind of taken from her and misused. And she didn't really know about it till now, I guess. Thank you so much. I know you're taking an incredible risk for us that, honestly, most people would never. Don't mention it, Eli. It's what I do. If they manage to trace it back to me, then no, Scarlet, accept whatever comes. It'd be the first time I help somebody in quite some time. Scarlet. The boat is just past the woods behind the rocky enclave near the beach. It won't be there forever, so act quickly. Feels like this is the whole part of, like... You guys remember the whole boat part where the boat didn't work? It'd be suicide to go for it during the day, so I recommend heading there near midnight. Thank you, Scarlet. You sure don't want to come with us? Someone has to stay here to help the people that fall into the spider's web. You don't have to be so noble. I envy her, you know? To get to leave this place with you. But someone needs to stay here to do what's right. Scarlet, you're breaking my heart. You're so nice. A beach scene? Seriously? Not only gratuitous, but also predictable. No, come on, it's the beach, don't be so negative. I guess you're right, it's not every day you get to go to the beach. Are you alright, Tara? You've looked better. Tara was practically crawling on the beach sand like a zombie with one arm. Sunlight, my worst enemy. You meet again, you piece of shit. There's some shade under the beach umbrellas over there, Tara. You look like you could use it. I swear I'd never seen Tara move so fast. Let's go in the water, come on. Scarlet grabbed Violet by her hand and pulled her towards the water. Oh, but I didn't bring anything to change. Now that's the spirit. Wait up, you guys. And just like that, they're off. You have to join them? I'd be crazy to miss out on this. Just one thing first. Allie pulled me in her arms and kissed me passionately. It's hotter when the other girls are around. You think they saw? Allie! Couldn't stop my jaw from dropping. The look on your face is priceless, my god. Try to keep up. Allie ran to join the other girls in the water. My chair is creaking. Smiled and followed suit. We spent the rest of the morning enjoying the warm weather on the beach. On the beach is what it said, on the beach. My mouth runs faster than what I'm reading for some reason. Morning, Eli. Let's kick off phase 3. Hopefully we can wrap this up quickly and you'll be back to your old life soon. I better be. As nice as this island is, it's a gilded cage. You'll be able to go back to your old life soon, that's a promise. Well, unless you make a mess out of your next 3 dates, I can't help you there. But assuming you do get to leave here, with one of Tara, Scarlet, or Allie. But first, it's time to pick which of them you'll be going on a third date with today. Let me save real quick, it's been a while since I saved. There we go. Hehe. Who's it gonna be? Let's go with Tara again. Tara. If I'd known you were going to spend all your dates with Tara indoors, I would have just booked the mansion. But sometimes the best things in life aren't the most expensive ones. Who knew? Just kidding. You ever seen a depressed person who owns an island? Go get her, Tiger. I found Tara sleeping on the sofa in the games room. She looks so peaceful. Maybe I'll come back later. Zombies everywhere! Ah! She bolted up suddenly. You okay? Whoa, you okay, Tara? Whew, it was just a dream. I'm good now, no worries. It seems like it was a pretty crazy dream. No kidding, I dreamed that we all got turned into zombies. Luckily, there's no way that could ever happen. Did you go to bed late? Hell yeah, I spent all night working on the game. And I finished it too. Care to join me in testing it out? I added some new features I'd like you to try. Sure, I'd love to. I looked at the same game I'd played before. What am I looking for? You'll see. I started up the game. Moments later, I saw Tara's avatar run up to me. You've made it just in time. The new event is about to start. What's the new event? As if on cue, giant robotic pigeons flew from the sky and started to attack our avatars. Ah! I'm not gonna run from a bunch of pigeons. I ran towards the pigeons, preparing for the fight of a lifetime. Don't worry, I gotcha. Tara pulled out a giant can of pigeon repellent and started blasting away. Whoa, I think something's bugged. It's not working at all. Guess I gotta fix that. While Tara was laughing at her own mistake, I was being lifted into the sky by the pigeons. I think I'm screwed. Where are these pigeons taking me? I tried to move my avatar, but there's no way to resist the death grip of a robo-pigeon. Don't worry, they're about to fly into the territory of the maple syrup huh? The what? Uh-oh. The screen lit up with a blast of flying maple syrup. I never thought I'd ever say something like that, but here we are. The maple syrup slammed into the pigeons and forcefully stuck their wings together. As a consequence, they started to fall to the ground at breakneck speed. Ah! Save me, I haven't saved yet! I knew I forgot something. I forgot to add the ability to save Tara! I'll have to write that down. As Tara took notes, I rapidly fell to my doom. I'm happy for you, but if you could just for a minute... My avatar smacked into the ground pigeon first and instantly died on impact. Oh man, I had so much stuff! Is there at least a respawn mechanic? I've never died before in this game. Of course! Just hit the retry button. I pressed the button and watched the world around me reset to the village, sans the giant beast of death. Except now the village seemed 10 times bigger than before. Wait, when did the village get so big? And then it dawned on me. Wait, it's not the village that got big. I'm a pigeon! I got small! And look, I took a more careful look at my avatar. I was a pigeon again. I sighed deeply. At the same time, Tara was giggling like a child. We spent a few more hours testing out the rest of the game's new features. Thankfully, there were no more pigeon Easter eggs. There's one last thing I want to test out if that's okay. Will it end with me getting turned into a pigeon for a third time? No. Just come with me. I followed her avatar to the cabin we shared in the woods. When we got there, she turned around, walked up to me, and held out an item I'd never seen before. Huh? She walked up to me and gave me an item called a ring of "You're pretty cool." Let's take a look. It's so cute. Look at her. Isn't she adorable? What's this? Let me try to explain. I came onto this show with no idea of what it was about. Personally, I thought it was stupid at first, but hanging out with you has been so much fun. I've never really got to work on my hobbies with anyone till I met you. Honestly, I've never had someone to share all my crazy shit with, but you're different. Yeah, I'm not like other girls. I know. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're pretty cool, and I hope we can keep doing this even after the show's over. I'd love to, Tara. You don't even have to ask. We'll always be friends. I guess? She has to be friends first, okay? I gotta say, you caught me off guard with this. Why's that? You giving this ring to me, well, it could be a little misleading, exactly. You're not making any sense. We laughed together, then walked back to the mansion with a spring in our step. We played the day away without a care in the world. Well, that's enough gaming for today. You up for a movie date? Sure, what do you want to watch? It's a Hitchcock film. I always wanted to see it. What's it called? The Birds. How much does Tara like pigeons? I felt a blood vessel in my head pop. This woman is bad for my heart. But she never fails to put a smile on my face. My pigeon heart. Ooh. And just like that, that's my last date with Tara. Time sure goes by quickly. I thought I'd find you here. Why's that? You tend to come out here when you're lost in thought is all. You're thinking about how the show's almost over, am I right? How'd you know? Lucky guess. Well, it's not over yet, so don't let up just yet. Speaking of which, how was your date with Tara today? It was awesome. It was nice. We didn't do anything too crazy, but it didn't have to be. I could tell. It was cute watching you guys. Though, to be honest, I wish your relationship would move along a little faster. The show's not getting any longer, you know. You say that. That said, I feel like you two would make a pretty good team in the long run. Anyway, I'd ask you if you're thinking of choosing her at the end, but I'd rather wait and see how it plays out. You going to stay out here for long? No, I'll probably be going back inside soon. Now keep you company till then. I figure you might want to have a conversation with someone that won't get you killed if it's not TV worthy. Thanks, Kat. Don't mention it. You know, I'm curious, Kat. What's up? Let's say I knew I was screwed. That there was no way of me getting out of here alive. That the only way left for me to survive was just to run. Would you let me escape? Of course, Eli. Lies. Lies. Thanks, Kat. That means a lot. That's lies. Those are lies. We saw that and didn't happen. Big lies. It's no big deal. I stayed out for a little longer before we called it a night. I'm lucky I have someone I can trust. Eli. You can't do that. I woke up on the floor of the games room. Tara was sleeping on the sofa with one hand still on her game console. This doesn't look like the games room. But I mean, I'll close my eyes. I cannot see. We had spent all night playing games and watching movies like it was our own little sleepover. Pigeon zombies everywhere, ah! And then she was up. Let's hope this insane show never gets to the point where Tara's dreams make sense. Oh man, my head's pounding, but I've got no regrets. Me neither. You got to do this again sometime soon, Eli. You bet. Is it time for you to go on a date with somebody else now? Yeah, that's just how it is. Alright, have fun! Save some time for gaming with me later, okay? Sounds like a plan. Awesome. Morning, Eli. You'll be happy to know your third date with Tara yesterday was pretty well received. Not the highest rated we've had so far, but enough to give us more room to keep going. Sounds good enough to me. For your next date, make sure you pick someone who you think the audience will respond well to. Though at this point, I think you're in a pretty good spot either way. Without further ado, which soulmate candidate is it going to be? Allie. To be honest, I'm not sure if your dates with Allie are really dates or more of just trying different kinds of transportation. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Let's get those cameras rolling. Might go a little longer today. I want to see the end of Scarlet's. I found Allie by the beach, or more accurately, she came running to me. You're not gonna believe this, Eli. What's that? Alright, who took my keys? You got 10 seconds before I take it out of 4's paycheck. Oh, come on! Well, walk and talk, come on. Well, less walk and maybe more like run like hell. 4's not gonna be happy when he found out that Nah, whatever, come on, let's go. She grabbed my hand and pulled me with her into the forest clearing nearby. What's going on? You're not gonna believe what I just found. It's a car! What's that? Well, I was wondering how to top the two previous dates. Is it the plane? Oh, wait a minute. It's better if I surprise you. I'm gonna have to close my eyes again, right? I love how fast you learn things, Eli. It's a plane again, is it? She was singing as she covered my eyes with one hand and pulled me along with the other. She pulled me along step by step. I can't say I wasn't enjoying it. Is this a staircase? It feels like metal beneath me. In the middle of a forest? Just a little bit more now. Alright. You can open your eyes now. I knew it was a plane. How on earth? We're inside a small plane. The very same one I'd been rudely awakened in my first day here. How did you even... I was just sitting in the forest, so I thought, why not, right? I have so many questions. Wait a minute, are you planning on... Without even bothering to answer me, Allie rushed to the cockpit. Oh no, oh crap. Here's to hoping that this goes better than the rollerblades. Huh? I wonder what this red... Allie! Big red button does. Oh god, get me out of here. I ran for the door, but it was already shut tight. And away we go! The engine of the plane roared as we took off. I slammed into the side of the door. Oof. Come on, be honest. We were thinking the same thing. You put a big juicy red button there completely unattended and you expect a good citizen like me not to press it? You're bonkers. You've got a point, but do you have any idea how to fly this thing? Wait a minute, if you're talking to me here, then who's flying the plane? Technically nobody, but... Allie! Crash. The right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. We hit it hard enough for it to be slightly deformed. Oof. I slammed into the wall yet again. Well, we didn't need that wing anyway. We still have the other... Allie, we do! Exactly like... It's not like... Allie, it's not like kidneys! It's not how it works! Forget killer dating shows. Forget Damien and Kat. Allie was going to be the death of me. I tried to run to the cockpit, but it was all I could do to stay upright as the plane teetered back and forth. I'm just kidding, I got this. Allie ran to the cockpit without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, I did my best impression of a ball in a pinball machine. I'm gonna be so sore the next day. Alright, I got this. The plane seemed to stabilize in a matter of seconds. A deformed wing? Oh, thank God, I really thought we were gonna... Eli spoke too soon. Oops. Once again, the right wing of the plane smashed into a tree. Somehow it was bent back to its original shape. Fair enough. Not so bad if I do see so many. Allie. Alright, that was dumb luck and you know it. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. We started gaining altitude. Slowly at first, then faster and faster. Higher and higher. Before long we were soaring high above the trees. Allie yelled out in triumph. Woo! Woo! I joined it and yelled out with glee. It's a pretty great feeling, huh? Not dying in a fiery plane crash? Flying free! Without it, what's the point of living? Are you talking about freedom or flying? Why not both? That said, there's another reason I flew us up here. What's that, Allie? This is the only place I could find on the island that wasn't bugged. No one can eavesdrop on us here. Allie was the only one who kind of, noticed certain things, though. Even in the first, 7 days, right? She was the one to, notice things. That there was something up with this island, for sure. Like, she was the only one to do that. Believe me, I looked for a safe place as hard as I could. That's why I got the rollerblades in the boat earlier, to find a safe place to talk as fast as possible. I'm guessing you know what the show is really about then. Unfortunately, yeah. What a bummer, am I right? Unfortunately, I don't think you do. I think she knows the actual truth about the show. Like, we know the whole Battle Royale, like, death thing part, but I think that was only just part of it, right? Like, she knows the real truth, like, about it. Can't risk telling you everything either. What? Why? Believe me, you're better off not knowing. What? Allie, what are you hiding? Who are you, really? Look, we don't have too much time before we'll have to land. This thing's already almost out of fuel. Sure enough, we already had started descending. Please, just trust me. I'm on your side, Eli. I know there's so many lies going around here, but I really want to help you get out of here. Though I have to admit, it wasn't on my to-do list at first. It's a good thing you're so cute. I'm kidding, jeez. Do you trust me? Of course I do, Allie. I just blindly went for it. You know that. But I trust her more than Kat. You won't regret it. Promise. So what can you tell me? There's no time. Long story short, there's something on this island I need to find. That the people I work with need. It's life or death, not just for you or me, but for countless others. I see. So Allie's like a... Was she like a secret spy or something? Like she did that thing, was it? She infiltrated, that's the word. She infiltrated the island, the game show. Because maybe she wanted to find out, like she had to find out the truth about, what was it? She had to find out the whole truth about the corporation in the game. I came here to save you all, and I won't give up until I have. Though at this point, I've done all I can. It's in his hands now. Whose? No time to talk. I bet it's like what? Bet it's like 6. We're almost back in range of the island's recording network. No matter what, don't tell anybody what happened here. Not even a little bit. Not even if you think you can trust them. Are we clear? Crystal. The plane flew lower and lower. Alright, we're about to be back in the recording zone. What else? Ah! Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That really doesn't limit it much. I guess not. After we landed, Kat scolded us for taking the plane. Kat and Allie seemed to exchange more than a few uneasy glances as we got off the plane. But luckily, nothing came of it. Next, the production staff separated Allie and I. It looks like Kat had arranged something special for the two of us. All I was told was that I wasn't allowed to see Allie until evening. Apparently that's the nicest time to film. Till then, the production team helped me look the part of a romantic novel protagonist. I was dressed to the nines. Cool! I must have sat through a few hundred photo shoots and interviews before they told me it was time to see her. But it was worth it. Wow, even for this island, this place is fancy with a capital F. Tell me about it. I broke one plate here and I'll have to pay it off for the rest of my life. Welcome to the Ocean Palace. Allow me to show you to your seat. Tu gestured at me to follow him. We'd only taken a few steps when I saw her, and when I did, I couldn't help but crack up. I kind of expected you to be dressed up too, given all the shit the crew put me through. What's the point? It'd just get ruined. How'd it get ruined? Oh, you'll see, come on. She reached for my hand. I put mine in hers with a smile on my face. She pulled me along with her towards the door. Going deep sea diving. Whoa! Stumbled against a table which knocked the plate onto the floor. It probably shattered into a million pieces. In case you were watching, Kat, that was 2. I knew I should have just been an accountant. She laughed as she pulled me along with her to the outside. The night air had never tasted so fresh. Each breath of air as we ran along the road made my worries and fears just disappear. Eventually, we ran all the way to the beach. Come on! She tightened her hand and pulled me along with her to the water. Wait, She laughed like a maniac as she cannonballed us into the ocean. My first instinct was to swim back up to the surface, but then Allie put her hands against my face and looked deep into my eyes. She smiled and kissed me passionately. It was as if time had stopped. A few moments later, we went back up to the surface. I figured you could use a fun distraction from everything that happened earlier. Was she doing this for me? I never know what to expect with you, you know? And you never will. It was a night to remember. Aww. After my date with Allie, I waited around outside till the time I had expected to see Kat, but she never showed up. I guess she already has enough footage for today. Might as well try to find her. No one's here. Looks like the snacks from before are gone too. Not here either. I'm uneasy. Kat was at the table writing something down at a frantic pace with one hand against her head. Hey Kat, what's up? Oh hey Eli, I didn't see you there. How are you doing? That depends on what you're ominously writing. You look just like someone who just realized I was dead meat. How this? Don't worry about it. Somebody's dead meat, but it's not you. Yay? I'm just kidding. I'm just fixing up some of the balance sheets Tu was working on. Being an accountant was really never in the cards for them, despite what they say. Sit down, I'll be stuck here a while anyway. Sure, sounds good. I sat next to Kat at the table. So, how's today's date with Allie go? I probably shouldn't tell the whole truth, but enough of it should be good. It was awesome. I don't know how, but the more time I spend with Allie, the better it gets. Being married to her would make every day an adventure, and I like the sound of that. I'm sure it'd be an adventure, but the jury is out on if it's one you'd walk away from. But I can see she makes you happy. Really, that counts for a lot nowadays. Though you might want to start wearing body armor if you want to stay that way. Anyway, you've done great till now. I don't know if what you've said to each of the girls really is true, but don't stop now. You just have to get through one more day and you'll be able to finally leave this place. I doubt it. And you'll tell me what my old life was like? Of course. See those little dots? Obviously it's not. I mean, if I didn't, where would you even go? Back here on the island. Never ends. Fair point. You look like you've got something on your mind. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. You've been getting the best ratings I'd ever seen. I just hope it's enough. The rating requirements for the last date and the last day are the highest. I'm sure it's going to be fine. Don't worry. I made it this far. Nothing's gonna stop me from making it to the end. I hope so. For your sake, Eli. So when I'm out of here, what are you going to do? Are you going to move on to the next killer dating show? I didn't know you were my career coach. You want to know my 5-year plan too? I get the feeling that 5 years from now you'd rather not be here. There is no plan. I'm just taking it one day at a time, because I have no choice and I am stuck here against my will, and if I leave, I too will die. I'm kidding. That's really all anyone can do in this crazy world. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. Good luck, Eli. You'll need it. Thanks, Kat. I'll see you later. Night. Tomorrow's going to be the last date. I'll need all the rest I can get. Guess I'll call it a night. I'll save again just in case. This one. The performance is coming to a close. The actors and actresses come out one by one ready to take their bows. I would clap, but I'm waiting for you, and only you. Well, this isn't the worst place I thought I could wake up yesterday. I'll take that as a compliment. She laughed and pinched my cheek. Well, it's been a blast, Eli. I have some more cruising around to do, and I think you've got another date on your plate today. Yeah, that's just how the show goes. Sorry. She was gone before I even had the chance to finish. That woman is a force of nature. You're running out of time, Kit Kat. It's going to be fine, just watch. Good morning, Kat. Morning, Eli. How'd you sleep? Pretty well, thanks. You bet you did. That bed is worth more than your life. That reminds me, why can't the staff have the same kind of bed Eli has? Do I look like I'm made of money? You literally own the island. If I give the staff beds, the next thing they'd ask for is minimum wage. No thanks. He walked away. So how about the 5-year plan, huh? Maybe the brothers are onto something with this whole accounting thing. What kind of accounting? Sorry. Anyway, it's time for your last date with your last soulmate candidate, Scarlet. You ready? It's time to make or break. I'm ready as I'll ever be, Kat. Then without further ado, lights, camera. Don't get yourself killed. I found Scarlet in the same place I met her. She was engrossed in a book with a pile of books next to her. They look worn as if they've been read over and over through the years. Hey there, Scarlet, what you reading? Hi, Eli, just an old fairy tale. Really, I'm surprised you'd read something that would throw science out the window. I'm a woman of varied tastes. I quite like these stories, especially this one. Which one are you reading? It's called The Princess of Everanda. Isn't that title familiar? Can't remember. I think it was in like one of the previous times. I think it was with Kat. I don't remember. Really, it's silly. I doubt you'd be interested in. Try me. I smiled at her. Smiled back at me in kind. Okay, I don't see why not. I do like Scarlet, okay? I like Scarlet. You guys know how my feelings for Scarlet have been like progressing throughout the game. I like it. I like her. Aw. And it's like she's reading a light novel. That's so cute. Oops. Hold on. There we go. There's a young girl, Nira, who was the princess of the kingdom of Avaranda, which is far, far away from civilization. Unlike the other princesses before her, she had no time for politicking or parties. She spent all her time building all sorts of gadgets for her family and her friends. Like a robot dog that would eat the vegetables they didn't want to eat. Ooh, I gotta try my hand at this sometime. Scarlet giggled like a child. Nira has a blissfully happy childhood. She even falls in love with a commoner named Aloria. Though her kingdom would never approve of their relationship, Nira and Aloria never fail to see each other in secret, every night by the crooked trees in the western forests. But those days don't last. One day her mother, the queen, is taken by a witch and never to be seen again, and Nira is forced to become a queen at the age of 16. In her mother's absence, Nira does her best to lead the kingdom, and for years it prospers. She's like no other leader they've had before. But secretly she wants to leave. As queen, she has no more time for the things or people that she loved with all her heart. She cries every night alone. But she knows she can't. Too much responsibility falls on her. Then one day, Nira is cursed by the same witch that took her mother and forgets everything. Her name, her family, her kingdom. Everything except for Aloria and the desire to leave. Is that us? I thought Nira was about Scarlet. Interesting. I mean, the books in this library were technically essentially like a code, right? That's what Kat said. And so she leaves, and no one in the village ever sees her again. I won't bore you with the rest of the story, but Thanks for listening till now. Oh, come on. Believe me, Scarlet, I want to hear this to the end. Especially because you like it so much. I looked deep into her eyes and I could just tell how much she loved this story. Well, there's really not much left, but... Well, Nira and Eloria live a wonderful life in a neighboring kingdom for many years. But one day she remembers everything and rushes home worrying for her people. When she gets there, she sees her people have been ruled by the very same witch who took her memory, and that her people no longer prosper the way they did under her rule. In anger, Nira confronts the witch on the border of Everonda. The witch takes off her cowl, revealing herself to be Nira's mother, the Lost Queen. Nira's mother gives her an ultimatum. She can return to ruling the kingdom, but she can never leave again, or she can leave now and never come back. And that's where the story ends. You never get to know what choice Nira makes. That's quite the cliffhanger. I want to know what happens next. Believe me too! I'm curious what you would do in Nira's shoes. I don't know if this has any, stance on anything, to be honest, but, I feel bad for all the people, but I'd leave. I think I'd leave and never come back. Interesting, why's that? There's no point living without love. Even if it was better for the kingdom for Nira to stay, it would guarantee her love could never be realized. And that's just too sad. I think the same way. I've loved this story ever since I lost my memories. I'm sure I don't have a kingdom or anything, but sometimes you wonder, you know? Yeah, we're both very similar. Yeah, I get the same feeling too. That's just life, you know? You just have to keep moving forward. Yeah, you're right. I'm really happy that you're the one I get to move forward with, Eli. Me too, Scarlet. There's no one else I'd rather be with right here, right now. And speaking of right now, there's somewhere I want to bring you. Where's that? I'll give you a hint. I've been thinking about this place ever since you've mentioned that you love fairy tales. Oh my gosh, there's turtles down here, turtles! She was practically dancing around the room, taking in all the sights. It was impossible not to smile. I figured the Ocean Palace just might be your thing. Scarlet practically jumped onto me and squeezed the life out of me in a deathly bear hug. This is wonderful, Eli. Thank you so much. You've made everything so special in ways I honestly couldn't believe, but you did it. And this is just the beginning, Scarlet. We're in this together. I held Scarlet and I kissed her on the lips. It was like an explosion of passion had set me on fire as she kissed me back and wrapped her arms around me. Always. We looked deep into each other's eyes, then I knew it. In a split second, the room became pitch black. I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face, much less Scarlet. Eli? Looks like there's a blackout. Scarlet held my hand tight. Maybe she was afraid of the dark. I didn't have a chance to respond before I heard a rush of footsteps coming towards us in the dark. Something isn't right. Oh no. We were surrounded. A familiar voice cut through the short silence and me holding my breath. I'm sorry, Eli, you just didn't make the cut. We've got to get out of here. Just make it quick, please. I could hear the woman that voice belonged to walk away. I dashed from the table, pulling Scarlet along with me. What's going on? Who are... Just come with me, we've got to get out of... Ow. I didn't make 5 steps before I was tackled down and cuffed behind my back. Eli! I screamed for her to run, but they made sure no sound could escape as they pinned me to the ground. Scarlet, you've got to run, get out of here! It was no use. Even though she was just a few feet away, I was powerless to get an inch closer. He tackled her down in a second. I heard the clink of cuffs as they dragged her away. I struggled with everything I had to get up, to save her, to run, for what felt like an eternity. Then nothing. Back here again, it seems. I'll save just in case. This one. There we go. I woke up on an operating table, the kind you'd see in a nightmare. My first instinct was to get up and get off it as fast as possible, but my neck, hands, and legs were cuffed and pinned down in thick metal braces. I tried to force myself out with all my strength, but the braces didn't do so much as budge. Morning, Eli. What's going on, Cat? Get me out of here. I'm afraid I can't do that. And honestly, I'm getting tired of explaining why. Let's just speed this along, shall we? What are you talking about? She placed some kind of helmet on my head. I tried to avoid it, but the braces around my neck made it impossible to maneuver. Please, Cat, don't do this. I could hear the hum of a massive generator turning on behind me. I wonder if the virtual reality game machine was like a prototype or something. She raised her hand, revealing a trigger switch with a single red button. See you soon, Eli. Third time's a charm. She pressed it. The curtain closes. You're taking your bow. And when you lift your head, I can see you clearly for the first time. It's you. The one I'd been waiting all this time to see. The one who made me dream of a life together far from this island. You've been right by me all this time. Tomorrow's the day, Eli. You nervous? Who wouldn't be? You've got a point. She reached for my hand and held it tightly. You okay? You sure we should be doing this? I don't want you to be punished just because I knew it. Oh, it was Cat, wasn't it? Hey, Cat. We've always been a team. You and me, I knew it. I had a feeling. Okay, I had a feeling, okay? I had a feeling there was something between like I said in the beginning, oh, what if Cat was the actual love interest this whole time? Thanks, Eli. I knew it. How did things come to this? The escape failed. I've been surrounded, beaten, shot, betrayed. The love of my life. She shot me. I'm bleeding out rapidly. I try my best to slow the bleeding, but it's no use. What did you do to her? I choked out every last word. I didn't do anything. I didn't have to. You were too busy making heart eyes at Cat here to see where her true loyalties lied. I'm sorry, Eli, but it's true. I don't understand. Why don't you tell them, dear? Damien is my father. I knew you were planning something the moment you came to this island. But you didn't trust me enough to tell me what exactly it was. So I became close to you and told you just what you wanted to hear. And then you told me everything I needed to know. As soon as you told me your plan, there was no way you were ever going to escape from this island. Why are you saying this? Now that's my girl. You really are my daughter. Why? I love that look on your face, Eli. You know, you've got an expression that would be perfect for my next show. And it just so happens we've got an opening just for you. It's no use. I've lost too much blood. The world turned dark. This is the end. Keep them alive. Eli, you might think I'm showing you mercy, but believe me, by the end of this, you're going to wish that I just let Cat kill you. Why? Why, Cat? Why would you? I barely have time to breathe before the waves pull me under once more. Whew, okay. That was a bit of a doozy. But anyway, I think we have gone over an hour, so it's a little bit long, but I wanted to kind of get through all of those third dates because I knew that, I had a feeling that something was gonna happen after the final third date. And it did. So yeah, we learned a lot. but I think we are starting to head towards the finale of this particular run. So I guess that's basically all there is to it, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, I guess we'll have to just continue this particular part in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye! Whew, that was a lot, wasn't it?